B, just have OnlyFans knocking at the door. Benny says he'll pay anything. I don't know what he's looking to pay for, but you can Venmo that right over, baby. This is crazy shit right here. We're gonna be fucked up after this review. Welcome to Brown Boxer North. We are in the heart of Clearwater Beach. This is your megaplex of entertainment. This is the best beer I've had. It's very, very good. I might actually like this better than highlight. Welcome back to another episode of Tap That. I am allierae. We are at the Brown Boxer in Clearwater Beach, Florida. This is the absolute best sports bar, mega entertainment plex that you will find on the beach, period. If you visit here, you have to come here day or night. There's something that you will find that you will love. Today is an incredibly special review. This is an iconic beer that people, this is one of the strongest beers on the market. I know a couple years ago it was the strongest beer on the market. It's incredibly pricey. This is Dogfish Head's 120 minutes. It takes 120 minutes, or isn't it 120 minutes? Is that why they called it 120 minutes to brew it or some kind of thing like that? It is an IPA. It is their highest grossing beer. They make a ton of money off this. I think a case is like $150 per case. Amazing beer. It's one of their flagship beers and it's been around since their existence. It is an Imperial IPA. It is anywhere, brace yourselves, 15 to 20% ABV. It has how much IBUs? 120 IBUs, that makes sense, which is crazy high, right? Like I've honestly never tried much more than, I think 90 was the most I've ever tried and that was a ton of IBUs. So this beer is not one you are gonna be crushing at the beach. You are not gonna be having more than one of these at dinner, I would hope not. This is very strong and I'm really happy to get my hands on it, to be honest. And I've been wanting to do a review on this beer for a very, very long time. So let's try it. Now, Dogfish also has their 60-minute IPA. Their 60-minute is an amazing IPA. It's a great in between. That's a really, really good one. There's a reason why they sell a lot of it. 120-minute is kind of like the delicacy, I guess you could say. I think this one bottle was $14.99, which normally a bottle is like maybe what, 3 something at Total Wine. Dogfish Head actually, they're amazing. They are a type of brewery that really goes out of the box and they try and experiment with different things, and I really respect them for that. They are technically, I don't believe, craft anymore. They are purchased out by Boston Brewing for like $300 million. Don't blame them, well deserved. I think they still have a lot of involvement in the brewing process and the types of beer that they make. And I think that's why they've been so successful. Dogfish also had a TV show for a while there that's where I really learned a lot about Dogfish and the owner and kind of their thought process and how things went. And this one in particular is just one this is their baby. They love this beer, they make a lot of money on this beer. So, it smells very caramely and sweet. For an IPA, you don't usually get that. Smells very, very sweet. Not much of a head on this one. It's very strong alcohol content. I imagine it's gonna be incredibly thin, and I've never tried it. I've honestly never tried it. This is like a live reaction of this. Wow. Okay. IPA, yes, some hops, but not bitter. I don't know where those are. How do they do that? How do they take 120 IBUs and hide them in the fucking corner? It's not there. I'm not getting any bitterness. So if you're against the bitter, you're not gonna taste those 120. That's a little bit deceiving. That's interesting. Secondly, gives me kind of some stout porter vibes. Not the tang of those at all, but definitely that full body, rich, caramely flavor. This supposedly takes them, like I said, this brews a long time, and it actually is what goes into it. You have to see the episode where they did a whole episode on this beer in particular and what went into it and how not only expensive it is to make it, which is why they have to charge so much, how much character goes into this. It's a lot. Very caramely, very thick, not very carbonated, not very bitter and hops. It's more of a smooth. It kind of gives me more stout vibes, but it is technically an IPA. It's hard to kind of rate, to be honest, because it's in a class of its own. It's like an alcohol, right? It's 15 to 20%. I don't really even know how you put a number on this. How do I rate this? This is really unique. I've never tasted anything like it. I have so much respect for it, so I automatically feel like it's gotta be in the 4.0 scale, but I'll be real with you, it's not something I'm gonna sip on or I'm gonna drink all the time. Come on, it's a 15 to 20%. So I can't give it a score like that, but I just feel like it's deserving just what all goes into it of a 4 something. So this is really hard for me to do. I think I'm gonna give it a 3.8. I guess that's how I feel. Like I want to push it further because like I said, I know what goes into this beer. I know how hard this is for them to brew perfectly and to get it right, but it's not something that I can drink every day. I don't know when you would drink. I guess it's like a sipping. It's like you know, you sit in your house and you like have a cigar and you sip on brandy. That's the vibe. You're not drinking more than one of these. Like, let's just be real, like you're not. So 3.8 feels really fair to me. I think that's where I'm gonna go with it. It was probably my hardest review I've ever done, but Dogfish Head, you guys are amazing. I cannot wait to go to that brewery. That is a brewery I will be visiting. They are out of Vermont or Delaware. Why do I always think it's Vermont? It's Milton, Delaware. Now I'm embarrassed. I think I commented on like something the other day and somebody asked me where Dogfish was on. I think I said Vermont. It's Milton, Delaware. It's, you know, up there, you know, those little ones. It's like you get the Rhode Island, the Vermont. They're all like just fucking shoved up there. Anything above Mass, I'm like, it's up there, you know? But great job. Loved it. 3.8 as a review. Dogfish Head will fuck you up. You won't even know your geography, okay? Because I knew. It's up there, you know? It's below Mass? Yeah. Really? This is 15 to 20%. I had 2 sips. That means I got like 6% a sip. I feel like I could fucking run the country after having that. I'd be like, all right, bitch, here's what's happening. It's not one you're gonna want to sip on. It's almost like just a beer that you're like, respect. Do you think I was fair with the 3.8? I mean, I mean, honestly, taste-wise, you have to appreciate. Sipping on, it's a delicacy. No, it was $500,000. Yeah, so they had, their batch got fucked up. Somehow some bacteria got in and they got like crazy taste testing there and like fucking lab scientists and shit. They are so big about it has to taste the way it's supposed to taste. They had to throw out like 4 or 5 mega barrels of fucking the shit and it was $500,000 wasted in product instantly. It was sad, but they were so big about their quality at that point that they were like, we have to throw it out. Even though we probably would have never noticed the taste difference.